When the Saints Row games first came out on the previous gen consoles, they were instantly compared to that of the Grand Theft Auto series. So since Saints Row 2, the developers decided to take the games into a completely different direction. By different direction, I mean the one that goes straight to the insane asylum. Now we have Saints Row 4 re-elected, but is this one of those games that really needed to be remastered?
I'm your #1 fan!
The story sees you play as none other than the President of the United States, and after just moseying around the White House trying to decide whether to cure cancer or stop world hunger, you're rudely interrupted by an alien invasion, led by the genius mastermind Zinyak. After the battle, Zinyak throws you into a simulation that sees you walking around a 50s version of Steelport, but it's not long before you realize something's not quite right, and you wake up to realize that you were in fact in a simulation. The real world and the simulated world are obviously two very different things. In the simulation world, you have tons of cool powers, just like Neo had in the Matrix movies. In fact, the two storylines are very similar. It does a great job of explaining why things are so batshit insane, but it's by no means a great story.
Oh yeah, this is my jam!
Baby, don't hurt me.
Saints Row 4 re-elected is really going to win you over in terms of its gameplay. At one moment you're traveling the open world just collecting clusters so you can upgrade your powers, and the next moment you could be on a Tron bike, or some Battlezone inspired tank battle. There's even a text adventure sequence. The amount of tribute to old school games is staggering. There's also plenty of amazingly creative vehicles to unlock, but the highlight has to be the weapons. They're just completely off the wall, especially my personal favorite, America! The crazy creativity doesn't stop there. Wait till you see some of the custom outfits you can unlock. And the cool thing is you don't have to do it alone. Not only can you play a co-op, but you have your own gang that you can call in whenever you need a bit of extra weapon handling. Unfortunately for a remastered game, there's not much in terms of improvement visually. Sure, the resolution's been pumped up to 108p, where the original was 720p, and there's basically no screen tearing, whereas the original was an absolute screen tearing disaster. But overall, it's very disappointing. Character models and textures are all pretty much identical to the original. Sure, the frame rate's a lot smoother, but it's certainly not the kind of remastered, say, Grand Theft Auto 5 was. It would have been nice if maybe they added some new effects or even better lighting. But like I said before, Saints Row 4 is certainly not known for its graphics, it's known for its crazy.
All hail to me!
Such a card. And someone named Dex stopped by earlier.
In terms of longevity, you get both the DLC packs Into the Dominatrix, as well as How the Saints Saved Christmas, and even the expansion pack Get Out of Hell. So there's a lot of extra stuff on the disc. The DLC is very short though, only lasting about an hour for each. And Get Out of Hell, well, if you want to find out more about that, check out David's review on the site today. Saints Row 4 re-elected is definitely a lot of bang for your buck. Not only is the single player campaign about 15 to 20 hours, but you can also play the entire thing cooperatively. It's a ton of fun to play with a friend. There's nothing quite more satisfying than surfing on a car while your buddy launches rockets out of the passenger window. All in all, there's definitely a lot on the disc to justify the asking price, so don't be afraid to pay full retail if need be.
You're beautiful.
Thanks.
I was talking to the robot.
It's power armor.
Same thing.
So at the end of the day, Saints Row 4 re-elected might not be a massive graphical leap forward, but it doesn't really matter. This game's not about that. It's about just actually switching your mind off and using a few anal probes on some bad guys. It's just pure enjoyment the whole way through, and I couldn't recommend it enough, especially if you haven't played it on the previous generation of consoles. The votes are in, ladies and gentlemen, and we have ourselves a new president. If only. Of all the games to be revealed last year, Evolve was easily my third most anticipated game to come out this year. It's made by the same guys that made the Left 4 Dead series, and the Left 4 Dead games were easily my favorite cooperative experience online. I practically shat myself with excitement when I got my hands on this game.